Hey, here we are, number 367. Hope everyone's doing well. Just posted the link in all the usual places. So, what are we, into March already? Is this the 6th of March? Wow, already starting the third month of 2022. Places. So, what are we, into March already? There we go. All right, there we go. Getting the luck up. Yeah, so, hope we can get a couple people to pop in here. Go through some images, talk general, whatever we want to talk about. And hey, welcome to spring almost. Next week is daylight saving, isn't it? Yes. I think in Europe, I think, are they already on daylight saving this week, or was it last week? I think they're a couple weeks ahead of us. So we shall see. But yeah, we're coming up on spring. It's been a nice warm week here in Atlanta. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, relatively dry. Supposed to be a little rain off and on this week, but warm still. So yeah, and spring is here. So it's moving fast. The year is going by quickly for sure. Kind of hard to believe we're already in March, everybody, but yeah, and what do we have? 6 more weeks to file your taxes in the U.S. if you haven't done that already. April 15th is fast approaching, I guess. Got ours filed and got a little bit of a refund, and it came back pretty quick, a lot faster than I thought. They were saying that refunds and all that stuff was slowed down due to, pandemic, other stuff, but things got processed pretty quickly. So if you can, always make sense to file electronically. I think just so much faster and less chance of things getting misplaced, and much greater chance of things going where they need to go as far as getting things processed. We've been filing electronically for 15 years almost. So at this point, yeah, we haven't filed a paper return probably since 2004 or 5, maybe even earlier than that. So electronic is the way to go. There's James.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. File your taxes yet?
Oh, I did that last month.
Me too. Yeah.
Always get them done early. I just give them to the account, and then he does it. It doesn't take him long because I don't have much anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying we got filed ours about a month ago, and we had a small refund coming back, and it came back pretty quick. So I was kind of surprised.
Is that on the Fed or the state?
It was both. Yeah, we had a little bit federal and a little bit state, and they were saying that the federal was going to be delayed, due to whatever, the pandemic or whatever, and it came back.
I filed my federal, and they took that out straight away, so that's okay.
Okay.
My state one's supposed to pay me some money, but it's been 3 weeks yet, so it's
okay.
Pretty well. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, we got a little back from both the Fed and the state, not much, but we came back within 2 weeks, both of them. So it was pretty nice and fast. So yeah, file electronically if you can. It makes things a lot easier. So it looks like you were busy. A lot of images.
I went out on a shoot on Thursday with some photographers, and we went to this place called North End Camp. It's just a weird place, and it's kind of like up and coming. They're still building, construction, and everything. And those murals are on the walls. You just walk around and see the murals.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's lots of wall art and stuff. So yeah, nice.
There's that girl there's a mural on the wall with the afro, and the girl was kind of like next to her boyfriend, or I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I said, your hair is the same as that hair on the picture. Can I borrow you a minute and take a picture? She said, yeah. So I took a picture, and that's how I got her standing in front of the picture.
Yeah, that's nice.
I gave her my phone number and said, call me if you want the photos.
Yeah, definitely. Well, good. It looks like it was a nice day.
Oh, it was good. It got me out there. I'm trying to get into your Marks thing now.
Oh, okay. On Flickr? Yeah, should be able to get there. Yeah, there's Wes. But yeah, it was nice. You probably had nice warm weather. It was warm here on Thursday.
It was really nice.
Yeah, we were 70, 75 degrees probably. It's been a warm week for us here, warmer than usual.
Hey guys, hey, going pretty good.
Good, nice and warm down there this week.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, you getting humidity already?
No humidity yet, but it's just been upper 80s.
Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, we were about 70, upper 70s, which was a little warm for us. Yeah, probably 5 or 6 degrees warmer than average, I guess they were saying. So I think we might have hit a record yesterday. If not, we probably did today because it was warm today. So, well, good. Get your taxes filed, Wes?
Not yet. I'm gonna end up owing this year, so.
Okay, yeah.
Postponing it.
Yeah. $1,000, but I just pay and get over and done with.
Yeah. It's, you don't want to get too big a refund, and you don't want to owe too much. You want, if you can get it kind of in net, I'm actually owing a little bit as long as it's not too much.
I get $100 back from the state, and then I have to pay the state the federal $1,000. So
that's not bad. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's when you hopefully you don't have to pay thousands, but yeah, if you can kind of get in that window, plus or minus 1,000 is what I try to get it in. If I can be in that range, then that's good. And if they have my money for a year, I don't, they didn't earn too much on it, and then I don't have to write too big a check. So
yeah, normally I get about 1,000 back, but since I was on unemployment and they don't take any tax out of that,
they did.
I have to pay for the tax on all that, so it's basically going to be about a wash. I'm going to end up owing about $100 or so. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. I know because Pam was on unemployment for a while last year, and they had actually her company filed for her because it was a furlough, whatever, temporary furlough or whatever, and they gave the option of withholding taxes, which was nice. I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and
Yeah. Well, they waived the taxes for unemployment last year, but this year they didn't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
On the federal level, anyway. So
for 20, 21, yeah. We had a little bit last year. Yeah, 20 was, wow. Last 2 years. 2 years into it.
It seems silly though. You collect unemployment, right? So you get the money, but then you owe them taxes. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but
what
can you do? It's income, so you got to count it.
Extract their pound of flesh one way or the other.
Yeah. I wish they would just take it off on the front end, but whatever.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. We're coming basically. We're two years into this thing. This was just about 2 years ago. I mean, this week, next week was kind of when all the stuff started happening, all the lockdowns and everything. Wow, time flies. Time flies when you're having fun, but time flies. I'll just say that. It's kind of crazy. 2 years. Wow. Yeah. It's kind of hard to believe time has gone by that fast. It's been.
Well, I spoke to Dennis today at lunchtime. So he said he might sign on, he might not.
Okay.
He's with him this week.
Okay. Is he all done? Is he all done visiting Buckingham Palace and hanging out with the Queen and everything?
I'm not sure because I told him, did you get a nice cup of tea from her? And he said, yeah, I did, but I didn't get a cookie.
All that. Man, they're getting cheap. Yeah. They got to sell some more of the crown jewels or something. I don't know. Got to get a cookie.
Actually, over there it's a biscuit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, you guys call them biscuits, not cookies. Oh, they're the same thing, basically, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Another word you changed.
Yeah. Well, good. Any photography purchases, sales, anything like that last couple weeks?
No. Nothing for me.
No new cameras. Okay. All right. You got anything on your watch list, Wes? You normally have no.
Other than the 90D, but yeah, that's like whatever. I don't need it. If I happen to come across a killer deal, I'll get it. But
yeah. Just kind of out there, something too good to pass up. You'll take advantage of it. If not, yeah. That'd be a little bit of an upgrade, but not a huge upgrade. Probably just a focusing system. Is that what we were talking about? Probably the.
No, the focusing system is actually the same as the 80D, but it has higher frame rate more megapixels, and the noise is a little bit better on it as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Give you a little bit of an advantage in low light photography. Like if you're using your big lens out on the prairie at dusk or dawn or something like that. Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. I kind of swap off between my 80D and the EOS R, because the EOS R is better in low light, but and then it's a full frame versus the crop sensor, so less less croppability and
you're not getting quite the zoom, but you get better low light performance. So
yeah, it's always a trade off. So that would kind of even things out to get the 90D.
Yeah. So if you get the low light performance of the R with the crop and the higher frame rate and the better and the that would be that'd be the mix of the two cameras. But in order to do that, you got to write a check. So
yeah.
No matter how big a check you want to write.
When I went from the 70D to the 80D, it was only about $300, but right now it would be at least $600 to swap right now.
That's a pretty big jump. Yeah. That is for sure. Well, good. Well, let's jump into the images. There's a lot here, which is good. Simi posted some. Looks like you got some more snow up there. Were you able to get into Flickr, James?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
I got it on that laptop and this one.
Oh, okay.
But I'll watch on there, so it's a bigger screen.
Okay, cool. Good. Now let's go ahead and jump into it here, because I think this was the last one from last week. Your dragonfly.
Yeah.
That, and then I think this is this upgrade is the new one. Yeah, it's new this week. Let's go. There we go. All right, so go ahead and share the screen here, and share the screen. And where is it? There we go. There we go. Yay! All right. Good. I was having issues this week sharing my I don't know what with Google. For work, I do a lot of video calls where we kind of go over, and I do screen shares to go over reports and stuff like that. And I was having a lot of issues this week. And now it seems to be working fine. So I don't know.
Well, I use Lightroom and Photoshop and that, and I downloaded the latest model of Photoshop. And when I was doing the editing for those pictures, when I was doing the slideshow, it kept throwing me out the system. Apparently, after going through a lot of detailed stuff and that without going through it with you guys, my display card, video card is out of date. Need to get. They said, I said, what do I do now then? They said, buy a new computer. I said, no, I'm going to buy a new computer. The rest of it works fine, but on the video, sort of like for Lightroom and Photoshop, it's kind of out of whack now.
Can you get what updated drivers fix it? Do you think, or do you have to get a new hardware?
Level and loaded that, but it's still fixed. It's still not working. I can use it where I do so much, but just don't do slideshows in the system. Do everything else but slideshows, and I'll be fine. But then I've got my laptop with the same on there as well, and that's fine.
Oh, okay. So laptop works, but the other computer doesn't. That's okay. Yeah. So is your laptop? Your laptop's newer than your desktop, right?
Yeah, this one's 6.5 years old. That one's like 12 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's pretty old.
That would probably do it. Yeah. You're probably what, 6 or 7 generations. Yeah.
What I would do is, if I need to, is plug my laptop in the back of the terminal of my desktop and use the screen on my desktop to do the editing.
Yep, you could do that. Yep, plug it in as an external monitor, basically. Yeah. Yep, that's a good way of doing it. Well, yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, you're good that you're still getting, most of your stuff outside of the photo editing, everything else you do is just kind of email and basic web browsing. So the computer is fine for that. It's just when you start doing those real intensive graphic stuff that you start noticing some stuff probably. So, yeah. Okay, well, good. All right, well, let's jump into this. I think, this is new. Yeah, this was taken by Simi a couple weeks ago, it looks like. So East Wharf sunset, black and white, and 120 seconds. We were just talking a couple weeks ago. He seems to be not doing long exposures. Well, there we go. He's back in form. 120-second exposure. Black and white. I haven't seen the color version, but I would say I probably like the black and white better than the color, just because of the stuff on the side over here, these houses and things. I think unless those were super brightly colored and in interesting patterns, I think I would probably like it black and white better than color. You get a nice sky pattern there. Nothing like 2-minute exposure. Yeah. Hey, there's the color version. Yeah, I like the black and white. Yeah. Although the houses aren't too bad. They're kind of blend in, but I still like them. Let's say you guys, black and white or color?
I like the black and white.
Yeah, I like the black and white.
Yeah. Both nice, but yeah, black and white just gives, I think, the shadows on the black and white kind of hide the structures, hide the buildings a little bit more, which I think is the big difference.
I think on both of them, I would crop out more of the foreground.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bring up, get rid of some of these.
Yeah, just make it really wide. Yeah.
Yeah. He used 26, the 24 to 120. Yeah, so basically wide. 24 millimeters. Yeah. Take out a little bit of the foreground. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so yeah, this was taken February 13th. Yeah, so 3 weeks ago. Yeah, basically 3 weeks ago. Wow. So that was the end of that storm, that nor'easter that went up there a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this one?
I think I like the overall composition. I like the little bit of snow in the foreground and the pool. The what was this? 6 second. Yeah. So I mean the blurring of the water is kind of nice. The rock is interesting. I like the icicles on the rock. That's kind of neat little point of interest. Yeah, I think it's a well put together image.
Well, here's my opinion. I like the rock and everything like that, but when I first look at the picture and I see that big black thing, which is the water, I don't like it.
Is that?
I think if there was some ripple in the water to break it up, to make it non-monotonous, I think it'd be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. There's a little bit. I mean, you got the rock about 2/3 of the way over to the left there. It kind of breaks up, but that you're talking about that large area right there, kind of just off this. Yeah. Yeah.
If that had some breaking of the water and that, like sometimes when he does it, the water, or anybody does water, you still get the foam effect.
Mm-hmm.
It breaks it up. Well, if that had a little bit more foam effect, it would break up all the black, make it more picturesque.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you got a little bit more of the bubbles and stuff over here on the right edge of the pool that were to go farther out, or if you had like a rock or something sticking up in the, kind of breaking the surface a couple places.
Break it up. It needs to break it up.
Yeah, to kind of break up the pattern a little bit. Yeah, I can see that, but I do like the little mix. You got a little bit of color in there, a little bit of green from the pine trees. So, yeah, it looks like it was a nice day. I don't know how cold it was, but cold enough for snow to stick around. Now, this is interesting. I think I like this. I think I would try to recompose to get some of these branches away on the right, and just focus more on the icicles and all that. I mean, the ice, frozen waterfall. But yeah, like that. Maybe that's a bit too much. Somewhere in between. But yeah, that's something you're not going to see in your local area, Wes. Frozen water.
No.
See that orange thing on that stick on the right?
Oh yeah, it's like a leaf, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing is a little bit of leaf hanging there. Yeah.
Funny.
It's like a warning. It's like a yield sign on the branch. Yeah, this is. We don't see stuff like.
It looks like it's shot on a hill because everything's leaning forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's his angle. I mean, if the angle of the camera, if he's level, square, vertical as well as horizontal, or if it's maybe tilted a little bit, or if it's just the hill itself, kind of falling in, falling down in, where the bottom of the waterfall is farther away than the top, Yeah, I'd have to go up into the North Georgia mountains to see something like this in February. Even then, it would be a challenge. You just don't get that even up in the mountains. Oh, okay. So this looks like a little further back in the scene. Oh, maybe that's, yeah. So I think no, this is before. I think that last shot was taken over here somewhere. What do you think? Yeah. But obviously this one was taken before, because I don't see any footprints. Yeah. See, I don't see any footprints here, so he must have taken this one before. Yeah, before this one.
If you enlarge it from the left side of that water, if you enlarge it a few times, you'll see stones in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the reflection of the hillside in the water here. Yeah. Yeah. See, that kind of thing, even if you had a little bit of a reflection in that other pool, James, that would have probably done it for you, right? Just something to break up the surface a little bit. Yeah. I didn't agree with that, but yeah, just.
I don't really like these black things he's leaving around. I think it doesn't do any good for the picture. I would say, if you look at this one, you look straight ahead, right, middle, just slightly right. There's a picture there. Then you come forward and you've got this black thing. It's like.
Yeah, it's the water's just still, and there's no color below the water. When in the summer, there's probably going to be plants or something down there that would give a little bit of color to the depth of the water.
Yeah, I mean, having this water like this doesn't do anything for me. I think it's blur.
I think I'm okay with it because I can see a lot of it. I can see below the water. I can see the rocks and stuff at the bottom.
But you have to enlarge it. How many times you have to enlarge it before you can do that?
I can see it from the initial, but yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, like if you go back, I mean, especially here in the foreground, right above his signature, you can see the rocks under the water there. You can see a little bit of a hint back in this green pool.
What I think it is like looking at this. The snow is just pure snow, nicely even over. There's no footprint in it or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It needs to be broken up to say something like there's life here or something. It's just too bland for me. If anything, I'd take that water out, crop it off the bottom half.
There we go. That's the James I know. Crop it. There you go.
It makes it look much nicer. Then you go back to that blank part, it's like kills it.
Yeah. The cropper is returned. Yeah. No, it's interesting. I'm wondering if he, knowing Simi, he's probably got 50 shots from this, from this location, different compositions and perspectives, that type of thing. This might be because, if you were to walk up and recompose, then you'd have footprints. So, yeah, you just.
Well, go to the next one. The next one's much better.
Let's see.
Now, look at that. It breaks it down a little bit. You can see the snow, you can see the ice. You see
I do like this one. Yeah, this one's very nice. And yeah, you don't have any of the standing just pools of dark water there. It's just
right. I mean, they have water if you want water, but make it waterfall where the water helps tell a story.
Mm-hmm. No, this is nice. There's some nice texture and depth to and you can see through the icicles a little bit to what's behind it, and a nice little. Although
so you can see specks of dirt in the ice.
Yeah, I wonder what there was just to the right, right. You see where the right edge of the image is.
Yeah.
I wonder if it rounds off there. I wonder if that was maybe if it was more of a, if there wasn't something weird over there. I think I might like this little. I'd be willing to get a little bit more over to the right and lose a little bit over here because I think there might be something interesting over here. I
don't think it was composed very well.
The only thing I would say was move it. Yeah, and maybe there is something over there. Maybe it's just something that doesn't look right.
I think he took a quick shot with this, just to take a shot. But he's got other pictures that look much nicer than this. And you can tell he's he studied and took his time. With this one, didn't seem like he took his time.
3 seconds. I wonder what the F11. Yeah, 3. All right, let's go on to the next one here and see.
Now here's a difference. Now see, you got the water, but you got stuff in the water, but it breaks it up and tells a story.
Yeah, there's rocks and you see some ripples. Yeah, there's a little bit of texture to the water. Yeah.
Yeah, much better. And you got that leaf at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, this is a very nice shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one out of here so far.
This is Inger's Winter Wonderland. Yeah. That's a neat one. Yeah. That is a nice one. Yeah, the water's well done. I mean, yeah, water's interesting. The landscape is nice. You got, it kind of leads you back. You got the pool in the front and the stream coming in at the back. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay. This is kind of interesting. The tree kind of going over the waterfall. That's probably what caught his eye on this, I would think, for this shot. This tree that's kind of falling over and growing over the little cutout for the water. Yeah, nice, interesting waterfall. A few different layers to it, different levels.
I think he should have cropped it on this first one.
Like that?
Yeah.
Not much. So, would you still want to see this tree in there, James? This tree that's kind of arching over?
Doesn't do anything for me.
No, that one. See, to me, that makes a photo really interesting. I don't know, maybe because it.
I don't like the photo anyway.
You don't like it at all? I don't like it generally. You like the other one better, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. I like the waterfall is interesting. I like the little tree on the top kind of closes that, forms a little frame for the waterfall to my eye. So. Ooh, interesting. I like the blue on this ice over here. That's neat.
I like it. It's got different colors. It breaks it up, leads you in. It's got the waterfalls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice shot.
You got a waterfall. You got that real kind of cold blue color of that ice for that waterfall there, the water there. Yeah, this is a nice one too. It's a very nice one. Yep. Yeah, it's always interesting because we see.
If you enlarge it, it looks nicer.
Oh, let's go back. Oh, go back to there. We go. Like that.
Nice. Yeah, enlarge it a bit more.
That's too much. Yeah, just bring it in just a little bit more. Okay, yeah. So you're cutting off some of the rocks on the side there. Yeah.
Because a lot of it's not necessary. You got too much stuff.
I'd crop a little bit, maybe not as much as you, James, but I'd take a little bit off the right. This last little tree over here, and then I'd kind of bring it down to the to that rock with the snow on it over there. I think I would do that. The thing that not annoying, but the thing that catches my eye is this observation deck up here. If there's a way to you could maybe clone that out or do something with that. That's the only, because you got all this nature and then you got the observation deck. So I don't know.
How about that?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this would be an interesting square crop too. You could do a square on this one too and get you just focus on the waterfall. I think that might be an interesting way of doing it. Okay. So this is another. Okay. So here you go, James. See the one we saw earlier? He was way back. Now he's moved up a little bit.
Right.
So he's getting closer, because now he can't take a more open scene, because then he's going to see his footprints in the snow. So he had to. But this one, you got a little bit of the water, so there's no real dark pool. You got rid of that pool that was over here. That's gone. What's left, there's reflections, and it kind of breaks it up, so there's not a lot. And you get a little bit more emphasis on the frozen water in the back. Yeah, I like this one. Yep, it's a neat one. Yep, be nice to see some snow. As long as I don't have to deal with it. Snow is fine as long as they don't have to shovel it or do anything with it. Oh, okay. So this is between bouts of wind and rain. So it must be between storms. The tide's going out. Probably low tide. This is probably low tide, I would think.
To me, it seems like there's too much sky. But it's not like a pretty sky or really horrible, dramatic sky. It's just sky. If that was had a lot of dramatic to it, it'd be nicer.
I wonder if this is, I wonder if does he have a color version of it? No. Okay.
But you know what I mean? See, you've got those in the middle, you've got those trees and that, then above that, there's not much to it.
So would you take, I can see important to take off a top of the sky where it's all gray, but maybe have a little bit of the white with just a little bit of gray above it.
There's my version.
Yeah. Okay. So you would do that and cut off a little bit of the.
Because this is then more detailed, right? Coming up, this is more detailed, and you don't have so much wasted space up there because the cloud wasn't doing much anyway. But here, you've got it more up front and detailed.
Yeah. This would be another one that would be interesting with a square crop. You could get rid of most of the sky and just do a square crop, basically, like what you ended up with there, James. That would be pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I just think there's wasted space. Because that sky's not dramatic. It's not doing anything for me. It's just blur. So why have that in the picture? Cut it off.
Crop it.
Crop it.
Hey, we got a great idea for a TV show, James. A photography show. Crop it. So here we go. All right, so a little more detail. What's on the beach? Got some driftwood on the beach. Still too much sky in here for you, James?
Well, it's not that it's too much sky. The sky's not doing anything for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think this is balanced out a little bit more because you have some stuff in the front that. Well, now the emphasis is on the log on the beach, not the island. The last one, the emphasis was more on the water going out to the ocean and then the island. This is a little better. I wonder what this would be like in color. I think I probably still like the black and white here because it wants skin to. There you go. Crop it in a little bit. Yeah, there's some neat detail on that log. much. Yeah, I wonder if it's, it'd be interesting to see the color version of this, because I wonder if there's some colors, in the sky, some,
The only thing I can see what he's trying to do with this is the distance, right? From this piece of wood line here to the island. But it doesn't really do much. I mean, say, the island, unless you bring it right up to see what it is, that's fine. If you could see that island much more clear than this, great. But to me, I think I wouldn't go for this one.
Hey, but the Captain Kidd's treasure is is buried on that island out there. The notorious Captain Kidd.
Yeah, the lights coming in.
Buried treasure. Okay, so here we are. Yep. Windy, rainy morning. So the left, low tide, I'm assuming here. Yeah, up here. Yeah, nice reflections of the pier in the sand, and a little bit of water on top of the sand. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, maybe a little bit less in the foreground. Maybe crop it in just a little bit, but
yeah, again, square would be good on this.
Yeah, I think a square would be good. Yeah, and give you kind of take the sand right up to the left corner there.
Yeah,
like that maybe, and then go a little higher, obviously. But yeah, then you would have the bottom left corner of the square be the beach and the water meeting, and then that goes across diagonally.
Yeah.
And then yeah. There you go, Simi, square crop.
Buy a 6x6 camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about
it. He likes island, doesn't he?
Yeah. Okay. He's looking for Captain Kidd's treasure. You're gonna find it eventually. Long exposure hides the choppiness of the sound stirred up by the high winds as the rain begins to pick up. Just getting rained on here.
I don't get it. It's not in there for me.
This is the last shot he took before he had to run back to the car because of the wind and the rain. Yeah, I think from the title, probably just all the different great shades of gray. I mean, that's the 50 shade. That's the only thing I can think of. Just the various shadings in black and white. There's kind of an interesting pattern of the water and the sand. You kind of have a repeating pattern going off in the distance. The little inlet water going in, and in between the sand.
Yeah.
That might be an interesting shot there. More focused.
Yeah, just completely get rid of the sky and just focus on the sand and the different gradations there.
Yeah.
Well, you're thinking like me, Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What to call you, Chopper too?
But yeah, I mean, to me, for this image, the most interesting part is this, lower left quadrant, basically. With the water and the sand crisscrossing through. That's kind of interesting because there's lots of detail, little stones and stuff on the beach too. Yeah, that's the thing. He comes back there and it's going to be different every time. So this is low tide. Yeah, see, this is another one where I think maybe, I don't know, James, you're turning us. We're turning into croppers. So get rid of this.
Well, with this one, it's
down a little bit and focus more on the on this there, like that.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, he's got it in portrait style, right? And he's got that, what is it, load of bricks or something? Gold?
Well, that's just rock. Yeah, I think that's just rocks.
If it was in the horizontal one, and not too much of the sky in that, and it comes out to the side, I think it would be better, but it doesn't do anything to me.
So you think if it was a landscape, that would reduce this? Yeah. Yep.
We give more in the foreground.
Yeah.
Because right now he's focusing on these pictures in the background.
15 seconds. Yeah. Well, if he was not focusing on the sky as much and just did like a 1 second exposure or whatever instead of 15.
The sky looks crappy. What's the point of that sky? It doesn't.
In,
It's
yeah,
like
the motion in the sky, what you get
like
from
a blur.
that long exposure.
It's like a blur. Now you got the bricks down here, which is, you can read into the bricks and that.
Yeah.
The sky was noticeable where you could see the sky and identify the clouds and that. They would match, but it doesn't. That doesn't do anything to me.
Mesmerism. Oh, no, I'm not upgrading to Flickr Pro. Okay.
Oh, it's blue. Now, I'll tell you one thing now, right? I want you to be honest with me with my photographs. If you think it should be cropped, if you think it should have some changes to it, let me know, because that's how I'm going to learn.
Yeah.
Now, the story between this was I went to a place called Camp North End. Like that. It's walking around. They have shops and different things going on. They have these murals on the wall and that. Now, if you go coupled up a bit.
Okay. Yeah. This one?
That one, yeah. Now, that girl I asked just to stand next to the wall. That mural's on the wall.
Okay.
And when I turned around and saw the girl, I asked her permission if she could stand there so I could take a photograph. So I took a photograph. And that's how it came out. And it comes out much nicer when it's been lit out.
Yeah. She looked, I mean, you wonder if she was actually the model for that.
Well, that's the idea of it.
Yeah. Hey, there's Frank. Hope you haven't been too long, Frank. Hello.
Yeah, 25 minutes or so.
Can you enlarge that anymore?
No, that's outside of
the other two pictures before this were just a couple of pictures I took for her. And I said to her, here's my phone number. Give me a call if you want the pictures, and I'll give them to you.
Okay, so that's kind of, you saw that and you saw her and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to this first one. Okay, so this is the first one.
Yeah, all I did is ask her just a little pose, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
That she was willing, and well, that's how those three come. And the rest of the pictures are all murals and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff you didn't walking around. Looks like it was nice.
But I'm sure she'll like these pictures when they calls me.
Oh yeah, no, they're nice. You got nice sharp. What could you use? What was the camera?
I was going to ask her to put her tits in because they're hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
Because I think it didn't go with the picture. It's too much. It was worse than that. Sometimes it's nice to have big tits on the picture, but sometimes it spoils the picture. It's not what the picture's about.
Mm.
Otherwise, you might just go into pornography.
On this one, I wish her arm wasn't cut off.
Elbow down there.
Yeah,
the right arm.
Friend.
Yeah. Maybe if you were to, did you crop this a little bit, James? I'm sure you did, right?
Yeah, I did. Because the next one I've got is you see the arm. Right?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I would say I kind of agree with Frank. This little, what is it? That bolt on the table? If you would move it over a little bit there, drop it down a little bit, then you would get the arm and maybe get that bolt. But other than that, I mean, it's nice and sharp and
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the print I've got here. I'm looking at it come out.
Yeah.
What was the aperture on this one?
Oh, you have to look it up.
5.6. So, yeah.
How's the arm on that? Let me look.
Basically 12.
Yeah, you're right. But there's also another shot, similar pose.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's a good one. And then the next one we've got. Okay. So you've got full arm, more of the torso, and you added a little vignette around the edges.
But sometimes I would cut body parts off anyway.
Now this one, I think I like this one a little better than the other one. You get to see more of her.
I like her eyes.
Yeah.
Her face is good.
I liked the hand better in the first shot.
Yeah, it's closed in a little. I mean, yeah, it's not. It's kind of pointing more towards her face, whereas in this one, it's out a little bit. Yeah. So if you take the hand from the first one, put it there.
Because the hand also is brighter than her face, it's
Yeah.
competing for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if she had her hand turned in on this shot like she did on the first one, that would probably take care of that.
They were quick shots. I mean, say I was walking around and saw the wall, looked at the picture, turned around again, saw her, and thought, well, that'd make a good picture. Can you stand next to the wall, please?
Yeah. No, I think you did a really good job. I mean, the background's interesting, but you did a good job of, putting her in the frame. Yeah, like now that Frank, now I can't know. Yeah, that's the only thing I noticed now is the hand. But
if you go back to the one where she's at the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a much more delicate pose with the hand to the face.
Yeah, because it's just turned in a little bit more towards her face. Yeah.
I mean, she's a very delicate looking type of individual, so you don't want to do anything that kind of contrasts that, unless it's part of the narrative of the shot, I suppose.
If you go back one more to when she's standing there.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have that one.
No, go back again.
That one?
That's it. That one. See that picture on the wall? That is actual picture. All I did with her is ask her to stand in front of us. That was it.
Yeah.
There was a chair by her, underneath, by her.
On the other side, yeah. So this looks like, this is on a dock door, because it looks like a loading dock, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what it would look like if she was about 4 feet closer to you.
Yeah, I was going to say put her more centered in the frame and then have her closer.
Oh, I didn't want to say, where she is where I wanted it to go.
So you're saying, Frank, to have her a little closer in, so not
Step up closer to the camera, so her face is a little bit more
a little larger.
A lot larger.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a little bit. It's so the size differential between the painting and her wouldn't be as big, maybe. I don't know if that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a big painting, that one.
Yeah, it is.
But that's what it's like. You've got all these paintings all over the place, and you just walk around taking pictures of them, and then pictures of different things.
That's nice. So you have a section here in Atlanta. They call it the Goat Farm. It's an old buildings from the turn of the century that were a farm and a mill, and they've kind of redeveloped it. So you got a lot of wall, murals and that type of thing. So yeah.
And the only other thing I'd say would be to have been parallel to the painting and center it and straighten it, because right now it's crooked.
What do you mean?
So if you look at the horizontal lines in the background, they're not straight.
Well, that's because it's on a wall and I'm at an angle. Because I was
exactly, small. But that's my whole point.
You would have to change you would have to tilt the camera a little bit, or change the line horizontal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, this is
was that even possible? I don't know what was around the area, but.
And it might have been the perspective, the angle. If you just tilted the camera a little bit left to right, maybe that might have done it too. It's either, it might just be a perspective. The angle of the camera compared to the not left and right. Not this way, but forward and backward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, I mean the lighting's nice, and
it wasn't a flash.
She's a ringer for the mural. So I think. Did you ask her if she was the model for the?
No.
Oh, okay.
She had a guy there with her, and I wasn't sure if that was her boyfriend or husband or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said to her, excuse me, could I ask to take your picture? And I looked at the guy and said, "Is that with you, mate?" And he said, "Yeah." But then I asked her to stand next to the wall and took the picture.
Yeah.
I think it was just neat, the idea, the way I took it.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I mean, you had a good, you had somebody in real life that matched or was close to the image itself. You know, and it sounds like they're two completely different people, but they're, you know, similar. You could see how she could have been the model for that mural or that painting. Yeah, that's neat.
Then the other ones were just walking around taking pictures of different things.
This is an old Airstream trailer. Looks like lending paperwork for creatives. Huh. Did you do any? Did you bump up like the clarity and stuff on this one, James? It looks like.
I touched up a little bit on all of them.
Okay, yeah, I like the look of that. It's kind of shimmering a little bit. Yeah. That's the way to tour around. Get a nice Airstream trailer. Tour around like that.
The next one's one of my favorite shots.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, shot it through a window.
Window into the restaurant, and you've got the trailer behind, so you got the reflection. Yep. That is would you say, Frank, a classic composition for street photography? You see a lot of street photographers, urban photographers, that type of thing.
You know, street photography, you have, you know, in general, well, not always. I mean, there's plenty of examples of of when you don't have people in the shot, but generally you have people.
Yeah, there's usually people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if there was a person,
I like the colors here because the purple and the yellow are really good contrasting colors.
Yeah. That is, yeah, you got the two colors of the table, the yellow and the purple, and then the stuff that's on the trailer reflecting in. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
good mix of colors there. Yeah, so if you would have had somebody in there sitting up in a chair, that would have been a street photography.
What was that?
I said if there would have been somebody sitting on the chair in there, that would have been, I guess, more directly street photography as opposed to just, I don't know, urban photography.
Especially if they had some sort of, if they appeared to have some sort of connection with the trailer in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That would just take it to another level. It would have a even larger narrative.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is a nice shot. The reflections are nice. The colors, nice. I like how you kind of have how you cropped it or composed it with the window frame kind of going across the bottom half there, kind of. Yeah. It's a nice one. How many people were out, Dennis? I mean, James?
There was about 7 people in the photo group, but there was other people walking around. But it's very spaced out. It's like quite a few people, but not quite a few because the place is very big.
Camp North. Okay. We got 2 shipping containers as the entrance.
What got me with this one, I like the Camp North because we was there, but it looks like it's falling over. Like that container, it's falling over.
Yep, you got the one container off on the side. And if you could have asked the guy to move his truck first, that would have been. But no, it's neat. So are they redeveloping, or do they have like lofts and that type of? Is it more of an artist type of community? Is that the way?
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, like little 5 points in Atlanta. It would be the area. Similar for what we would have. Yeah. Neat. Okay. I like the textures on this one. The colors are nice too. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. It's always fun to find artwork And this is neat. This is an old building. You can tell it's all well weathered before they painted over it.
Reminds me of one of those buses from the 60s.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and the paint splatter on there. You are exactly where you meant to be in order to take this image. Capture this image. Oh, that's nice. He did a good job of cropping that down, getting a little bit of the. I'm sure you cropped it a little bit, right, James? Yeah.
I crop all my pictures. Maybe it's a little crop, maybe it's a big crop, but basically I do a little bit cropping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also I try to level them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. Always fun for this kind of stuff because you get vivid colors and.
Now here's a story with this one. See the bees, right? They're yellow. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. That's the amount of bees that are in the picture. But I turned it to black and white, then I saved the color one, then go back to the other one and use the filter to create that image.
Oh, okay. So the original image is just the center section there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you use the filter in GIMP?
GIMP. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So it gives a like a 3D. Yeah, it's almost like you're looking into
a box.
Into a box. Yeah.
I was thinking like an air duct.
Yeah. Yep.
Like in Die Hard.
Like going up like a vent or something like that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's neat.
Yeah, initially I thought it was an illustration.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Actually.
Sometimes if you don't enlarge them high enough, you lose out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. That's a good result with that. Yeah, you gave the filter gave a 100% believable representation of what it could have been in real life. Some kind of box or like looking inside a container or a vent or something like that. Yeah. Great colors, black and yellow. And it looks nice in black and white too. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is so we had a detail shot. That other one was just that lower corner of this one. And then this is the larger image.
And it was cropped.
Okay, this one was cropped too, I'm sure. Yeah, colors are great. And the light was good. Nice bright day. Was there a little bit of cloud in the sky, or was it just totally blue sky?
It was perfect.
Yeah.
We were there, but we got there about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we left about 1 o'clock.
Okay. So prices are now a patient's right. Power to the patients. Demand them. Interesting painting. Yeah. Oh, I like this one. I like this. You have two windows, one with the blinds all the way down, the other one mostly up. That's kind of a neat difference there. Is that what caught your eye on this one, James? Was the way the windows were?
Yeah, I like the windows, but I also like the colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, nice and bright. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I haven't had any urban or city photography in a while, so it's kind of nice to see.
That mural for that was massive, but I just took this section out.
The section.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a.
The next one.
Okay, go to the next one. Is that the full image? Oh, okay. Yep. And that's still only part of it, probably.
Yeah, but I prefer the other part.
Yeah. Well, you've got the. Yeah, it's a piece of respect. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, just the center words in the middle there. Yeah, there is a place when we were in Austin. I'm sure it's still there, but it was an old building. It was kind of on multiple levels, so they had torn off all the up, and all they left was the just the foundation walls and everything. So you had multiple levels, and then it just became a graffiti wall. So people would graffiti murals, and then they paint over it, and then they start over again. So it's kind of a continually changing. Every year or so, every year or two, they go in, and they as a group, they just go in and they put a layer of white paint or gray paint over it, and then people come back in and redecorate it, and then they go back in. And for the most part, the stuff was really good. There was obviously some just tagging, random, that type of stuff, but most of it was actually good quality stuff. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, if you can catch them in the act.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
Yeah.
Hey James, the bottom the bottom quarter of this image seemed a bit darker than the rest of it. Was that a vignette or was it the natural shadow?
Well, the whole thing's just a flat back on the wall. It's just the wall, so it's no bending down on paper or anything like that. It's just flat. That's it. So I don't know what it was.
It was probably let's go back. Yeah, it's probably just a matter of
just go back one more.
Probably for this center section here, I would bet. Yeah, this might have been just a little bit more in shadow. Yeah.
Go back one.
Go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
It could be the shade.
Yeah. Well, this is the section you cut out. Okay, no. So you're talking, Frank. You're talking about this last little section down here where Grace and kindness are. Okay. Yeah.
It could be the shade from the sun.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably is. It's probably just the sun was on the upper 2/3 and the bottom third was more a little not directly lit, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, but out of that whole image, yeah, I like what you did, just capturing that small section. Yeah. Nice. And that's the first time you've been to that area?
Yeah. Next week, we might be going downtown to do some shooting of buildings.
Oh, okay. Architectural stuff. All right.
Good. This guy's very good at his photography and the way he prints out his things, and he gives you some ideas when you go down. So. He gave me some ideas when I was shooting those. Yep.
That's a big advantage of going out with a group. So everybody sees things differently, and you get some ideas. So this is the anti-building shot, not a building to be seen in here. Sunset, I'm assuming, right? Oh,
yep.
iPhone image.
Yeah, I did a couple iPhone shots while I was down at the prairie last week.
It's got a nice camera on it. So, are they coming out with the iPhone 14 now, or is it 13? They're coming out with.
Well, the 13's out, but they always come out in October, so it'll be in October.
What's coming out?
Nothing yet. Just as the new Apple phones always come out in October.
Yeah. Awesome. Yours for $1,500, we're going to charge for it, probably.
Yeah, it's getting there.
What about those companies that say if you sign on, we give you a phone?
Well, you just pay for it a monthly. It's just added to your monthly bill, basically.
Sounds like they're giving it to you if you sign up with them.
Yeah. And then it's $100 a month for your service.
Yeah.
Instead of the $45 they charge you otherwise.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got it, the 13 a couple weeks ago.
You like it?
For the most part, yeah, it's got a better screen. It's much
Okay.
much faster.
All right.
You gotta realize my old phone was at least 5 years old. It was an old LG, and it was like probably bottom of the line smartphone. But yeah, the internet is a lot faster on this one. Before, when I was using my Wi-Fi, I was getting around 25 down, and now I'm getting 100, so it's significantly faster.
Wow, so you got a better chip in there. Yeah, just a better.
Yeah, and it's got the panel. You can do panos with it, and got two different lenses. I didn't get the Pro model, but it was only $30 a month.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I'm probably going to need to look at getting a new phone here in this year. Probably the one I have is about 4 years old, and yeah, it's starting to show its age a little bit. Still works
the
fine.
only reason I did mine, upgraded mine, was because some apps that I needed were no longer compatible.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. I've got like everybody, I've got a lot of apps on the phone that I need to clear off because I don't use anymore. And so that tends to make a difference once you get rid of all the junk. But there's still some on there that I use a lot that take noticeably longer than I remember apps taking before. It's probably just a matter of processing speed ultimately of the phone, being 4 years old or whatever.
Me being skeptical and all, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they throttle you purposely to make you want to buy another phone.
Yeah, like, hey, this guy's had his phone too long. Let's make it slow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No,
they couldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay, it's a nice
Wouldn't put it past them.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you got this with the iPhone, Weston, that's a great.
yeah. That's the iPhone.
That's the iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. So
it's got a clamp or something in its mouth?
Take off, get out of the water.
Yeah, it's taken off. It's a snail.
It's a snail. Okay.
Yeah, an apple snail.
Big ass snail.
Yeah,
that's neat.
They're invasive, non-native snails.
Oh, okay.
Lots of garlic, lots of butter with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, take all you want. No limit. No limit on the apple snails. That's a pretty good sized snail too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like it's about the size of a grapefruit.
Not that big, but probably the size of a little bit bigger than a golf ball.
Wow.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a decent. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell because I had no idea how big the bird is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's neat. That's a neat shot. Water streaming off, and there we go. So you have the limpet taking off of the snail, and then you've got the kite swooping in to get the snail.
That's cool. Did you flash?
Are these snails just floating in the water? I mean, are they just there?
Yeah, I guess they come up at times. You can kind of see it right below the bird there.
Okay.
Little bright spot.
This little thing down here.
I think that's the snail.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Huh. So when they come up for air or whatever they do, then they become a target.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
What? So it looks like you might have used a flash on this shot?
No,
or is it just the lighting?
It's just the lighting. Just luckily the bird came down right where the light was hitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did add some vignetting around the edges too, so it's a little more dramatic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh no.
But no, it's nice.
I cropped 2 chains.
Did you crop this one?
Yeah, it's cropped.
What I like about this one is like the feathers, wings and that are blurred because it's motion. Then you got his face.
Yeah.
Bird's nose going in.
Yeah, nice sharp on the head. Yeah, but the wings and tail and everything. Yeah.
It's a nice shot because you got him in focus and the wings in motion, so it's good.
Yeah, it's just really difficult. You get a lot of junk shooting slow shutter speeds like this.
Yeah, that was 200th. Yeah.
How many shots did you take of this one? Did you just hold the button down?
Yeah, I mean, this series there was probably like at least 20 frames
for this one.
So you just auto shoot and follow the bird. Tried to get
Most of them were just really blurry.
Yeah.
You just have to hope you get a moment where things freeze just right.
Yeah, spray and pray almost. Yeah. That's the thing you never think about. You see all the final shot and it's like, yeah, well, that was the best out of 100 of that one. Okay, so this is the Apple.
Do you use 600 for this?
Panoramic mode.
Yeah, this is just the panoramic mode in the built-in camera.
Oh. Is the water a little higher than normal? Looks like it's up there a little bit.
Yeah, the water's been pretty high.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to really go down the trail very far.
I was going to say the trail looks like it's probably underwater in a lot of spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few feet
it's nice. I like the color.
Yeah. No, it's nice, because you've got the sun setting, but it's kind of hiding a little bit behind the bushes, so it's not totally taking over the whole image. So
I like
the water level. Does it go up and down with the tides, or is this a locked in area?
No, it's a locked in area. It just goes up and down depending on how much rain we're having and what season is and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the wettest times of the year, I would think. Right.
Well,
hurricane season.
Late summer was pretty wet, but normally, like now, it's pretty dry. But
okay, it's a little more than normal. Yeah,
the water's just higher than normal. It just depends. It fluctuates. Sometimes it's really low. Sometimes it's really high.
Yeah, and you've got the groundwater too, right? I mean, you've got an aquifer underneath here too, right? Isn't that yeah. Yeah, that's neat. Nice one. And there's James's favorite animal.
Yep.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
You could keep this one in your house. It's only about a foot long.
Yeah, keep it in your backyard.
In South Carolina, it's more than a foot long, but I'll show it up the next week.
He's just a pet. Can we take him home as a pet? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I told you when I was in the army, I was stationed in Guyana in 74, 75. And we used to have a pet alligator. I felt sorry for the thing. They tied it up around the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently in the early 1900s, they used to sell them to tourists. So I wonder what happened.
Wow.
Alligators.
Every once in a while, you'll see, I mean, I'm sure it's obviously not from 1800, but every once in a while you'll hear, like, I remember when we lived in Chicago, there was, they found an alligator living in the sewer type of thing, and it was a good size alligator. It was like a 6 foot long alligator. It was in the sewer.
Yeah.
I've heard that about New York.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder what the heck are they eating down there?
Yeah.
Raccoon? I don't know.
Probably, I don't know. Rats and other alligators.
Rats, probably, of course, the rats.
Yeah, I mean, you get those old sewer systems, and they're far enough underground that they could probably survive in the winter. It's probably, cool, but not cold, so the water doesn't freeze. So, yeah, it's something you don't want to encounter. So, oh, good. That's a good way to finish the show with the alligator coming towards you. Just stay safe, everyone. Yeah. Well, good one. Good images. Good. Good. So I'll be interested to see next one, James. If you get out to downtown area, so maybe downtown Charlotte area. Then?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. It'll be.
I think it's going to be arranged for this week. It might be next week. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're supposed to have kind of sporadic rain starting tomorrow, kind of off and on throughout. Nothing major, but just wet on and off during the week. So you guys will probably get the same thing we're getting, just a few hours later. So, all right. Hey, good show, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the next couple weeks. We will be, what's that? 2 weeks from now will be the 20th. So we'll do that. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll probably miss that one because we're going to be out of town. So that would be the 3rd of April, I think that is. Yeah, we'll probably miss that one. So maybe we'll go back on the week after that. I'll let you know. But we're going to be gone. We're going to be gone that last part of March, first part of April. So
yeah, that would be good too. So you can skip this Easter Sunday is after that. So
is Easter Sunday on the 10th this year?
17th, I think.
17th. Okay. Yeah. So maybe we'll go back and do like the 10th. So we'll do the 20th of March and then the 10th of April, and then that'll get us past Easter as well. Okay. I think that's a plan. So that'll be then. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and then back on the 10th of April, and then that'll get us back on that schedule at that point. So, all right, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. Stay safe, enjoy, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
All right, sounds good.
See you, Frank.
See you guys.
See you guys.
All right.